This is Kingdom View of Relationship and Marriage. Jacob had already spent 7 years in Laban's house, but on that night when Leah was given to Jacob, he could not discern that deception because of the great urge for sex. He could not control his sexual urge, so he had to sleep with Leah. It is not wrong to have sexual urge, but you must put yourself under control. You don't need to tell your wife that you are the head of the home before she realizes that reality. Your place in marriage becomes authenticated, your place in marriage becomes real as soon as you could take up the responsibilities that is attached to it effectively. So you don't need to tell your wife that you are the head of the home. The moment you are able to take up the responsibility attached to that position, then it becomes clear that you are there. Being the head is not just having all the money, it is about a good rulership in marriage. If you are not, if you are not happily unmarried, you may not be happily married. If you cannot wait before marriage, then you may not wait in marriage. That's the truth. Marriage is a wide concept. Learning it may take you a lifetime. As a single or married, as a single or married person, prepare yourself to meet people of different personalities because you won't stop seeing them. The Bible says, and the woman met him. Proverbs 7 verse 10. You won't stop meeting people. Prepare through self-discipline. You will meet some people who will even appear to be more better than your partner. But that does not mean you have to go and say you have to go and divorce your partner just to follow them. No. You will meet people. So you must prepare yourself for that. And your preparation will help you to stick to a choice. Don't try to love your wife directly. Don't try to love your children directly. Don't try to love your husband directly. Give all your love to God and let Him share it. He will then give even more than you can give out to people through you. So, how to love your husband is to love God. So, if you love God, then God will teach you how to love your husband. How to love your wife is to love God, then God will teach you how to love your wife. How to love your children is to love God, then God will teach you how to love your children. I hope you understand. That's the equation of loving others. Until God teach you how to love, you don't know how to love. That thing you called love is not love. It can be lust or selfishness. Don't don't know marriage before God. It is safer to know God before marriage. I hope you understand that. Don't try to know marriage before God. It is safer to know God before marriage. You have to understand that. Never imagine marriage with a stranger. If you do, then you must prepare for strange occurrences and manifestations. Don't keep imagining that you are married to someone who have not said a yes to your marriage proposal. Because if you do, then you must get set for a great disappointment. Don't build your relationship on probabilities. Be sure and ensure that you are building on a definite foundation. Don't just assume marriage with anybody. No, just because they are showing kindness to you, that does not mean they are ready to marry you. Some people are just naturally kind. So don't misinterpret their action towards you. Don't leave your parents' house if you don't have all it takes. This is to avoid frustrations in marriage. Some versions of the Bible used for this cause, while some uses therefore. Now the Bible says, therefore shall a man live. This shows that this shows that there's a particular revelation you must have as an individual before going into marriage. The word therefore, as used there, shows that after which you have been qualified by meeting the right requirement for marriage, then you can now live. Don't just live for marriage, you must consider therefore, after which all requirements in Genesis 2, verse 20 to 23 have been perfectly met, then on the strength of this illumination, you can now live to form a new family. There's a revelation you must have that will qualify you for going out. So if you go out without that revelation, you may end up becoming a disaster. Marriage is living to cleave. You are you are not to live to demonstrate foolishness and immaturity, because it is more easier for a man to live. Um, Marriage is living to cleave. You are not living to demonstrate foolishness and immaturity, because it is more easier for a man to live than to cleave. As you are living, you must equally understand that you are living to cleave. To cleave is to stick to something permanently. This makes it wrong for a matured, this makes it wrong for a married man or woman to pack their loads and leave their home. God expects you to live and cleave. Living and cleaving are activities that must happen once and not twice. You don't live to live, you live to cleave. When marriage realities downs on a stingy man, you won't believe he's doing the right thing, because to him, giving is a body. If you are a stingy man, you are going to have a lot of you're going to have a lot of issues in marriage, because when the realities of marriage downs on a stingy man, he won't believe he is doing the right thing, because to him, giving is a body. Endurance is easy when love is present. It takes genuine love to overcome tough times together in marriage. If the Bible affirms that nothing can separate us from the love of Christ, then nothing can also separate you from each other in marriage, provided love is still available. As a single, when people ask, "Where is your wife or husband?" just reply by saying, "My partner is in the house of God." That's simple. You may not know them, but you can be sure they are in the house of God. The house of God here can mean the will of God. So they are in the will of God. You may not know them, but you be sure to answer and say they are in the will of God. No matter how busy a man may be, he will always create time for what he loves. When there is no love, there is no time. Marriage is a realm where password is ineffective and privacy becomes partnership. Stop trying to hide everything from your partner. Be free. You password your phone, you password your data, you password your properties, etc. When will you stop playing hide and seek? Your privacy is expected to become partnership. So you partner together. Lack of satisfaction produces infidelity. You are not married to stop, you are married to stop searching and not to reduce it. When you marry, searching stops, not reduces. Marriage stops searching. Marriage is expected to stop your searching. If you are married and you are still searching, it means you are looking for trouble. Marriage, in marriage, no more searching. Marriage is an end of discussion. In a relationship, let all your conversations be specific. If all you do while communicating is to speak things without life, then you are lifeless. You cannot speak value if you don't have value. Learn to speak correct and life filled words. Anybody, either male or female, who can call you on phone more than 5 times a day without passing any reasonable information to you is idle. It takes idleness to disturb others. An idle man is a disturbance to his environment. Never do to your partner in marriage what Jesus did not do to you in redemption. Do not do to your marriage, do not do to your partner. It is wrong to do to your partner in marriage what Jesus did not do to you in redemption. Are you there? Don't do to your partner in marriage what Jesus did not do to you in redemption. If Jesus laid down his life willingly, then you must also be prepared to do the same. The first ministry God gives to you that will determine your longevity is marriage. If you fail in marriage, you cannot do well in your gospel ministry. You can never marry genuinely until you are ready to love genuinely. You can never marry genuinely until you are ready to love genuinely. You must understand that.